She was praised for her talent until someone even better appeared, someone she never expected. Two silent girls, connected only by the art they shared. But when fate cuts that bond without warning, one is left with nothing but memories and a single question: what if? In a quiet Japanese town, a young girl named Fujino is making a name for herself. She's still in elementary school, but her classmates already admire her manga work, which gets published in the school newspaper. Confident and cheerful, Fujino basks in the praise, seeing herself as the best artist around. Every issue, her manga is featured, until one day, something changes. Her teacher informs her that another student's manga will also be published alongside hers. This student, named Kyomoto, doesn't attend school. She's a shut-in, someone Fujino has never even seen. When Fujino sees Kyomoto's drawings for the first time, she's stunned. They're far better than hers, more detailed, more expressive. The sudden comparison gnaws at Fujino's pride. She tries to shrug it off, brushing aside the comments from classmates who are clearly more impressed by Kyomoto's work. But over time, Fujino's self-doubt grows. She starts obsessing over Kyomoto's skill, spending hours redrawing, trying to match the quality. Her confidence begins to erode. She loses interest in manga, feeling like she'll never be good enough. Eventually, she stops drawing altogether. Her passion, once a burning fire, dims under the shadow of someone she's never even met. Time passes. Graduation day arrives, and Fujino is asked to deliver a graduation certificate to none other than Kyomoto. She's hesitant, but agrees. When she reaches Kyomoto's house, she meets the girl for the first time. What she finds isn't a rival, but a shy, trembling girl with a room full of manga volumes and sketchbooks. Kyomoto confesses that she's been a fan of Fujino's work from the beginning. She even started drawing because of her. The jealousy that once burned in Fujino's heart is replaced by shock, and then understanding. It's the beginning of an unexpected friendship. After their quiet first meeting, Fujino and Kyomoto begin to bond through manga. Fujino realizes Kyomoto doesn't talk much, but her drawings speak louder than words. They sit side by side on the floor of Kyomoto's small room. At first, it's awkward and silent, but then they begin sketching together. A rhythm forms, page after page, pen after pen. Their connection deepens. Kyomoto's walls are covered in manga panels, and she has shelves stacked with books. Fujino is surprised to find her own early works among them. Kyomoto had collected them all, even cut out the newspaper pages. That small gesture hits Fujino harder than she expected. The two girls start collaborating on a manga. They decide on a story, an action comedy with supernatural elements. Fujino focuses on storyboarding and layout. Kyomoto handles the inking and backgrounds. Their styles complement each other perfectly. Their days blend into one another, spent in that little room, drawing, laughing, silently working toward a dream. Time flies. Before they know it, high school begins. Fujino is now walking the path of a professional manga artist. She submits their finished work to a publisher. It gets accepted. The two girls are overjoyed. Their manga gets published in a real magazine. They even receive reader feedback. Positive reviews fuel their motivation, but as their success grows, so does the pressure. Fujino starts carrying more of the burden. Deadlines, pacing, scripts. She begins doing more of the work on her own. She doesn't realize it at first, but Kyomoto starts pulling back. Eventually, Kyomoto tells her that she wants to go to art school. It's her way of finding her own path, not just following Fujino. Fujino is shocked. Their dream was supposed to be shared. But Kyomoto smiles, genuinely thankful for their time together. She wants to study art more deeply and grow individually. It's not a goodbye, but it feels like one. Their paths, once overlapping, now begin to drift apart. Fujino continues her work as a manga artist. She draws alone now. Kyomoto has gone to art school in Sendai. The apartment they once shared for drawing sessions is quiet. Fujino still uses it as her studio, surrounded by their old sketches and memories. Time passes. Fujino's solo manga is published again, but she looks at it with little satisfaction. She rereads their older work and glances at the blank pages in front of her. She seems uncertain, almost restless. One day, while visiting her parents' house, Fujino watches a news broadcast. The story reports a horrifying incident. A man has attacked a university with a bladed weapon. The location is Kyomoto's art school in Sendai. Fujino freezes. There, she learns the truth. Kyomoto was killed in the attack. Fujino sits silently on the floor, the sounds around her fading away. She stares blankly at a photo of Kyomoto, framed and placed among flowers. Back in her studio, Fujino finds herself overwhelmed. She digs through old boxes and opens their shared sketchbooks. She finds a drawing Kyomoto had made, a young girl walking with another, smiling, holding a pencil. Fujino stares at it, frozen. Later, she walks the streets, lost in thought. The weight of regret settles in. She remembers the last time she and Kyomoto spoke. Kyomoto had asked if she could return to work on manga with her. Fujino, at the time, told her to focus on school. Now that conversation replays in her mind, over and over. She stands still on the sidewalk, as if the world has stopped moving. Back at home, Fujino sits alone in the room she once shared with Kyomoto. Her hands move slowly over the sketchbook in front of her. She remembers the last moments they spent drawing together. Without speaking, she begins to draw once more. As she sketches, a thought enters her mind. A what if? What if she had gone to deliver that graduation certificate a little later? What if she had never met Kyomoto? Her pencil keeps moving. In this imagined version of events, Fujino arrives at Kyomoto's house on a rainy day. The door is locked. She slips the certificate through the mail slot and leaves, never meeting Kyomoto at all. Time passes. She becomes a manga artist, working alone. Her art lacks the detail and emotion it once had. Then, years later, she learns about the university attack. A photo of the victims is shown on the news. Among them is Kyomoto, a girl she never met. Back in the real world, Fujino stares at her drawing. The fantasy fades. She realizes that even if she had never met Kyomoto, Kyomoto still would have died in the same incident. But their time together gave her life meaning. It wasn't meaningless. She opens a new page and begins drawing again. This time, she draws herself and Kyomoto together, laughing, working on manga. The room is silent, except for the sound of the pencil moving across paper. Outside, the rain has stopped. Light fills the room. Later, Fujino visits the school building again. In the hallway, she passes the same door where she and Kyomoto used to draw. She opens it slowly. The room is empty now, but the memories remain. She places her latest drawing on the desk. It's a tribute to Kyomoto, just the two of them, together again. Fujino stands in the doorway, then quietly leaves. After returning home, Fujino continues to draw. Her latest work is complete. She tapes the finished pages to the wall of her studio, her and Kyomoto's old room. The final panel shows two girls walking side by side, just like in Kyomoto's drawing from years ago. She takes a moment, quietly looking at all the memories around her, the art, the desk, the sketchbooks. Then she walks outside. As Fujino steps into the street, she remembers something. She's walking through her neighborhood when carrying a book, one of her manga volumes. He mentions how good the story is, how the characters feel real. Fujino stops and listens for a second. Then she keeps walking, before walking away in the rain. Back in the present, Fujino walks home alone. The sun is setting. She enters her room and sits down at the drawing desk, the same desk where she and Kyomoto used to draw together. Fujino opens her sketchbook. She picks up her pencil and begins drawing again. No words, just the sound of graphite on paper. The film ends with a shot of their final drawing, a picture of the two of them walking together, smiling. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.